Okay, here are the people for my informative speech. There's adult 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. They're like, what did I come here for? I'm kidding. Okay, alright. Have you ever looked in a history book and noticed in the book that the people featured in the book were a lot leaner than they are today? Well, that is because in today's generation, our lifestyles and our eating habits are way different than they were in the past. Obesity is a serious disease in the world today. More than 60% of Americans aged 20 and older are considered obese or overweight, and 15% of adolescents are considered obese. Obesity leads to other ailments such as depression, cardiovascular disease, cancer, and diabetes, and many more other side effects. This disease can be controlled through lifestyle change and, if necessary, surgery. The National Institute of Health states obesity and overweight individuals together are the second leading cause of preventable death in the United States. This year alone, 300 people will die due to obesity. This number is expected to double if this disease is not under control. So what is obesity? Obesity refers to an excess amount of body fat. People need fat on their bodies. It's very important for insulation, shock absorption, and other functions. But too much body fat is just downright dangerous. Women naturally have more body fat than men do. A woman is considered obese if her body meets or exceeds 30%, and a man is if his body fat meets or exceeds 25% of his weight. Unfortunately, childhood obesity is a major issue that we face in today's generation. But what is to blame for this exceptionally fast-growing disease? Let's first take a look at where obesity comes from. Science shows that obesity is... Hold on. If you want, can you just take them downstairs? Okay, thanks. Okay. Obesity is a genetic factor. If your mother was obese or your grandmother was, you're more prone to carry the genetic disease. And also, it's also an environmental thing. If you choose to partake in laying on the couch and watching TV and not being as active, you're more apt to be obese or overweight. And if your food choices are hamburgers, which are really high in saturated fat, or cakes, ice creams, candies, anything like that, you're more to have overweight problems. So it's not just genetics to blame. So.
There are still 7 adults here.
Okay. Okay, but when we are born into this world, we can already take a first step at maintaining a healthy weight. Through eMedicine Health, it suggests that you bottle feed your baby as long as possible before introducing solid foods into their diet. One of the main factors is children today do not spend as much time engaged in physical activity. Therefore, they are not burning off the calories needed to lose weight. Participating in sports helps children build self-esteem and also engages them in physical activity. But recent surveys have shown that the rate for children playing sports has dropped significantly since the past. Children in today's era are entertaining themselves with computers, television, and other electronic devices. It is shown that on average, a child spends 3 to 4 hours being plugged in. That's quite a bit. Obesity in children has also been linked to fast food companies. They advertise toys to attract children to their facilities, and I handed out the menus earlier, so you guys can go ahead and take a look at those. And if you open them up, I circled the spot with the kids area, so if you were to take your child to they're on most of them there. Yeah. You take your kids to McDonald's for lunch or dinner time, and you got them a hamburger and French fries and a 1% low-fat white milk. They would be consuming 655 calories and about 35 grams of fat. We are only recommended to have 60 grams of fat per day, and most of those are saturated fat, so not a very wise choice. So we can see where obesity is coming from if the average person eats there, which they say eats there about 3 to 4 times a week, is what the average person is going through any type of fast food drive-through. Food choices play a valuable role in your body's functions. Diets high in sugar, Fats and simple carbohydrates lead to an increase in the amount of insulin your pancreas has to put out. Over years, this constant stress on your pancreas results in to diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is once only thought to affect adults, but it is now increasingly high in young children. It is almost always associated with being overweight and underactive. Over years, diabetes puts stress on a person's heart, which causes either heart attack and stroke. However, a person with diabetes can help prevent this by maintaining their blood glucose through watching their diet. They should focus on vegetables and lean meat such as chicken and fish, and they should avoid breads, potatoes, and baked goods. They also can get their diabetes under control by being physically active about 30 minutes per day, 5 days a week. There are many other health problems linked to obesity. These include gallbladder disease, gallstones, liver disease, sleep apnea, and reproductive problems in women. Healthcare providers generally agree the more obese you are, the more apt that you're going to have the problems that I just suggested. As a result, they need medical attention, which costs the economy millions of dollars a year. Obesity is putting a huge burden on the United States economy. Direct health care costs to obesity have been estimated at $52 million in 1995 and $72 million in 2003. Among children, annual costs related to obesity more than tripled over the past 2 decades to $127 million, up from just $35 million. However, there are ways to lose weight. First, you must be in a healthy state of mind and be very determined. Once a person is determined to lose weight and convinced that they want to live a healthier lifestyle, they should consult with a registered dietitian. And when you speak with the registered dietitian, they're probably going to suggest to you ways to prevent obesity and also to lose weight. They're going to want you to get active, whether it's an elliptical, a treadmill, running, jogging, biking, swimming, whatever. Just do something that you like and get your body moving. They're also going to suggest changing your diet from simple carbohydrates to complex carbohydrates, which are brown rice, whole wheat pastas, whole wheat bread, whole wheat muffins, anything like that. It takes your body longer to digest, so it's a higher quality of food. And also, they're going to suggest to you to eat more vegetables and also to choose different sources of protein, which here is salmon. Instead of burgers, which are high in saturated fat, salmon is higher in monounsaturated fats, which is a better choice. And also, the registered dietitian is going to want you to start changing the way your plate looks at lunchtime and at supper time. It's going to probably look about like this. You're going to want it to be half vegetables and fruit, 1/4 of it to be meat, a protein, which again, chicken, fish, tuna, salmon, any type of lean, high-quality meat, and also a complex carbohydrate, like whole wheat bread, whole wheat pasta, brown rice. Brown rice is the best, just so I know. And researchers have said that if you have tried those things that I just said and you have not been successful, then maybe there is something that's better for you, such as weight loss surgery. But don't try that. Okay. As you have heard for yourself, obesity brings many complications to the human body and the environment. This disease affects everybody and everything existing on the planet. This disease is just as serious as any other disease and should not be underestimated. It is going to kill hundreds of thousands of people this year. With just a few lifestyle changes, this disease could be under control. Thank you. Start out strong.